Hello, Gemini. How are we doing? You may be wondering why you're not third, as per usual. I decided to do a little throwback spread due to my year-end anniversary. I started Libra season last year, guys. So I figured I'd kick it off like that again, just for the heck of it. But I finally come to my lovely Geminis. So, let's get this shit out of the way, shall we? This reading is for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and anyone cross-watching that may want to try to get in the heads of their Gemini. Good luck, I say. Now, as always, guys, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The messages may or may not be for you this time, and if you'd like more personalized reading, you could always check out my info in the description box below, or Google Gemini. Could Google how to find your moon and ascendant sign, basically your birth chart, and websites like cafeastrology.com are super easy for that kind of thing. So, that being said, this reading again is for October 2018, because I'd like to try to get back to doing some of the other mid-months that I used to do. So we're doing a Celtified cross for y'all, Gemini. Just to shorten it up a bit. Well, before I was turning on the camera, I was shuffling and, you know, doing the thing. And I kept getting the High Priestess for y'all, the Moon, Ace of Swords, Judgment. Follow where I'm going, Gemini. And definitely strong fire people around you. Anyway, I feel like you guys are, because there's the Nine of Cups here and the Eight of Cups too. Also, the Nine of Cups here has been coming up prominently too. So it's like whatever secretive thing you've got going, Gemini, or whatever endings you may be going through, you wished for this, you manifested this. We'll get into it in 1 second, but also, the Judgment card and the Hermit card definitely telling me that with the High Priestess, with the, you know, Ace of Swords, these are all about truths coming out, you know, and also the unknown and the shadow side of your situation, and whether you're the one who's trying to conceal that, Gemini, or not, you know that, but now I think you may want your way out of this. That's obviously for some of you. That's what I was feeling before turning on the camera. So, if we get this last card down here, we're going to see Hermit again. Couldn't help himself. Okay, bottom of the deck, gems is Nine of Swords. So that's 1, 2, 3. 3 out of the 4 nines showed up. So, some of this stuff I feel like is ending stuff. We'll get into that, but simultaneous new beginnings, and I feel like saying second guessing yourself, Gemini. The overall theme currently for October, or energy, is the World. This is in fact cycles coming to a close, usually in good karmic standing. It's in the upright. Endings and new beginnings simultaneously, just like we were just talking about. Okay. The World also wants you to remember, Gemini, that you have everything that you need, and, you know, typically everything you want to, and to experience that feeling of wholeness, like just to sit in that without, you know, rushing on to the next thing, you know, like, I kind of picture this like my get your head out of the rat race card. So it's just reminding you that you have everything that you need. and possibly everything that you want. So just take a moment to, you know, be present before you rush on to the next thing that you feel like you have to do. In the recent past is the Two of Cups, Gemini. So a soul connection. This doesn't have to necessarily mean relationship. This could be like a best friend relationship also. But this person got you fucked up, I feel like. Because in the present moment we have the Ten of Swords, so this always, to me, is like, you know, swift, kind of destructive endings, but within a group of people, usually Gemini, like, either other people assist in the, you know, downfall because of gossiping or choosing sides or something of that matter. But usually it's a very dramatic, swift ending. Also, this could be like talking about like ending in a workplace situation, but I don't feel like that's what it is here for you guys today. So, future path to follow is Five of Wands. Not usually the most recommended road. This is the card of lack of focus and scattered thoughts, like my ADHD card. You are working so hard to pull together shit that it's just like slipping through your fingers. You know, best path to follow. Usually we would not smile upon this card, the Eight of Cups. But I feel like if this is what's going on currently and in your future conditions, walk away from this bullshit that is not serving you, Gemini, because obviously it's like not doing you any fucking good. Honestly. Like, check it out. Bottom of the deck, present moment, and future conditions. That looks pretty grim. Alright. And you guys typically don't do grim. You may sometimes, you know, be the gossipers with these people and the Ten of Swords and manifesting in others' lives, but you guys typically don't do grim. So again, your best path to follow being the Eight of Cups. The situation it will yield no more good, you know, especially good or bad, but it has come to a stalemate. The only thing you can do from here is pack your bags and move on, Gemini, typically. So sometimes you can see that in a bad light if you don't want to move on from the situation, but I feel like some of you know that this toxic situation is not for you anymore. So, and you may be rewarded by doing so. The external energy coming toward you is the Daughter of Pentacles. So sometimes that's the Knight of Pentacles in the other decks, but this could be just a young Earth sign woman coming towards you. Gemini, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or, yeah, usually in the Wild Unknown deck it's just people for the court cards. Your hopes and fears are Ace of Cups, so, you know, you're hoping for, and you're also fearing maybe a new love coming to you, Gemini, but I think you are optimistic. Some of you are not, and that's why I feel like this general outcome card of the Hermit is here. Because if this person you thought was a soulmate kind of fucked you up, like, you know, fucked with you like this, you know, right, young Geminis, maybe you need to take the time to go within and meditate and, you know, follow what the Hermit says and keep your own counsel and don't act, you know, don't act. Some of you guys in this best path to follow, you've already emotionally taken the walk. You just need to physically do the leaving, Gemini, I want to say to some of you. So, yeah. Sorry, guys, but that was pretty heavy, and that was the message pretty much before, too. I feel like this went from a soulmate to a extreme end because maybe some of you guys found out some thing that was going on the side that you didn't know about, or some type of, there was definitely secrets surrounding your, for those that it resonates with, relationship, and not only just like third party situations and shit like that, like not this person not portraying themselves to you as they should. A High Priestess, the Ace of Swords, is someone, you know, doling out some truth to somebody. The Moon card, when others are trying to keep, you know, shaded from you. You know, let me see real quick. Why is this Daughter of Pentacles here? Okay, why is this Daughter of Pentacles here? I asked. Mercury's on the bottom. The moon. But this suggests moving, you know, the external energy. I want to clarify with the Daughter of Pentacles. We got the Six of Cups and the Chariot. So moving forward with someone from your past, maybe a, you know, a cousin for some of you, honestly, coming to help you during this time of, you know, kind of turmoil, because this card to me is childhood memories and nostalgia. So, but no matter how this manifests for you, whether you are the keeper or the kept from, pushing forward in a more confident direction. Okay. I'm going to pull from the Dream Angel Oracle 2 cards and then say goodnight to y'all. Okay. What does Gemini need to know? What does Gemini need to know? Well, Gemini need to know, please, for October 2018. Dream guide, teacher, and guardian. Full moon and violet. So purple and violet, both having to do with spirituality, wisdom, claircognizance. Pay attention. You know, that's why the High Priestess was there so much predominantly in the beginning. Pay attention to your inner intuition and your inner voice this month. Gemini, more so than others, you guys know how important that is, so I don't have to explain it to you. This is the Angel Dream Oracle deck again by Doreen Birch. It's a beautiful deck. It's very fun and very, you know, makes you really think. You guys pulled Dream Guide. The keywords are teacher and guardian. So this card has shown up to you to remind you that your dream guide is always with you, supporting you and protecting you on your nightly journeys. Ask for guidance. Journal what your guide shows you and teaches you, and where you are being taken during dream time. Pay attention to all details as they are part of later messages. Your dream guide will also remind you that there are many lessons to learn and offer others. You are a teacher. Employ your teaching abilities now. Additional meanings are: it would be beneficial for you to journal every day. It is time for you to connect with your guides, or for you to be a guide to someone else, Gemini. Walk through the door of opportunity that it is predestined to you now, or presented to you now, and you're being called to teach. So I think the next card also kind of goes with what we're talking about cycles ending and closing. Yes, with full moon, and its completion and culmination. Shit, sorry. Alright, so a stage in your life or a particular circumstance you've been dealing with is now coming to fruition. That's that overall energy, the World card. Therefore, a new day is about to dawn. This card is letting you know you're at your peak of power and clarity, and represented by one of the moon's aspects, the wise woman. The wise part of you is inviting you to understand life on a grander scale. You can see the bigger picture when you can step back. You are on the cusp of great shift. Stay open and receptive as your desires begin to manifest. Call upon the angels for any help that you might need during this time. Additional meanings, Gemini, are banish unwanted influences, and this is the perfect time for divination. Let's see, lastly, we called Violet. I'm not going to do the bottom of the deck, it's pretty much very similar. Violet, the keywords are spirituality, wisdom, and humility. This card is here to remind you of the wisdom of humility, on the spiritual path. All gifts are given equally and without discrimination. Violet represents the blending of the red, the root chakra, and the blue, the third eye chakra, which suggests that a balance of passion and calm are needed now. This is a card that has come to help you keep a balanced perspective with respect to the practical and spiritual aspects of life. Additional meanings are: it would be beneficial for you to study, meditate on spiritual laws and beliefs right now. Wear or focus on the color violet if you're feeling depressed, socially isolated, or blocked. And place violet items by your bed to stimulate dream activity. So, Gemini, I think that you guys know which direction you need to go in. You've been thinking about it for quite a while. And, you know, let this close out however you guys may decide to, but take the time to really think about what's best for you and not for everybody else, okay? That being said, Gemini, thank you for a wonderful year that I've just celebrated, and thank you for always having my back and being faithful commenters and things like that. That really means a lot to me. So, Gemini, have a good evening. Namaste. Thank you very much. Take care, guys.